Here now, conservative columnist Jessie Jane Duff, Daily Caller managing editor Christopher Bedford. Jessie Jane, I mean, I can't believe this. I mean, the pitch is it could be a lot worse. That's it, again and again and again.
You know, it's funny to me because this is another lie, basically, in my mind. You know, the lie on top of the lie, that if you like your health care, you can keep your health care. You know, the American people are tired of all this because it's changed multiple times to a point now where the administration has to come out with a hardship exemption. How many more changes are we going to have to see? This is not the original Obamacare that we were assured and we were promised, and now it's an illusion. It's a fog. There's nothing clear about this law at all, and the taxes that are associated with it are being delayed till 2016 under this hardship law for them to gain votes. And this is pretty sad.
By the way, hardship delayed is not hardship denied. You're quite right about that. But Christopher, you know, the one thing that always scares me is that you're trying to argue something that you can't argue. It's sort of like when we had the rescues. We'd be in a hell of a lot worse shape if we didn't rescue those banks, if we later on didn't rescue those auto companies. Of course, you'd never know, right? But again, that's the argument. The fear of God was the fear of that. And so we keep pushing the same thing now by saying, you know, look, you might not like it now, but if we had kept the old system in place, you'd be a hell of a lot worse. How would you know that, you know?
Well, you're exactly right. It is a lot like the bailouts. But here's a way you can tell that this whole thing that Obamacare is good is malarkey. If it was so good, then why are the Democrats and the White House working to do all these fixes, all these delays? Every time they do a fix or a delay, that is not implementing Obamacare. It's not coming into effect. All we've seen is disasters. So when they say, hey, everything's good, or at least not as bad because Obamacare's here, why are they doing everything they possibly can to stop it? It's like they think that Americans can't remember yesterday.
Yeah, well, and to that point, I want you guys to listen to something Nancy Pelosi said on this very issue. Nancy Pelosi.
I'm very proud of our House Democrats and how they have not only embraced the Affordable Care Act, because they helped create it, but how proud they are of it. I think that the Republicans are wasting their time using that as their electoral issue, and they will find that out.
No, well, obviously those Democrats are so proud of what they did that they keep pushing these delays, Jesse, to Chris's point, and all of these allowances and forgivenesses that it's not even the law they voted on.
Yeah, it's nothing a resemblance of what they even initially had supported. Nancy Pelosi's going to be eating her own words, and as demonstrated in the Florida elections, he won by purely drumming down Obamacare. What we're looking at is Washington Post did a survey, and the majority of the people said they did not try to sign up for Obamacare because it was too expensive. The facts are out on this, and essentially all of Congress is going to be scrambling to save their seats.
But Chris, my bigger worry is what's happened to us that we have been so beaten down. Whether it's economic news, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, at least now we're at least seeing a plus sign on GDP rather than a minus sign, and we're grateful for an anemic recovery that has now lasted 5 years. At least we're moving, albeit slowly. We seem to have lost our gumption and our bravado about significant growth and significant good news, and we're grateful for so little. I almost want to do that share thing in Moonstruck, Chris, and just slap out of it. You know, what are we doing here?
It's like Americans have grown so disappointed, and they are so disenchanted. We've never had so little faith in our Congress, so little faith in the Senate, so little faith in the White House, and they have been battered over the head. Right now, we have Senator Harry Reid on the Senate floor attacking the Kochs over and over again, blaming them for all the troubles when we know it's the government. Right. Just recently, blaming them for what's going on in Ukraine, which is. I haven't even heard his argument on that one yet, but I'm sure it's a whopper. Okay. Americans are getting pretty upset, but if you see what happened in Florida, it might be that people are upset. I mean,
well, the
Republicans are outspent.
That one race could be telegraphing something. Guys, I want to thank you both very much. And this is a message to all you viewers watching right now.